Ryan here coming to you with a brand new video, brand new live, I should say. And don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below. And as you can see, my title tonight, stay positive most of the time. And I got pretty good at this. And I realized that, some people are still struggling with this. Hey, Christy. Good to see you on. And so stay positive most of the time. This might be something that a lot of you might be struggling with. And there are things that you can do on a day-to-day basis in order to remain positive, at least for most of the day. As you know, things are going to come your way, throw you off here and there. And it's part of life. Or there might be a period when you are just, there might be a period of time when you are just not in the best, shape emotionally, right? And you are trying to remain positive. But I got pretty good at staying positive most of the time. And my life and your life is probably different. And I figure out how to stay positive most of the time. I kind of look around for what works for me. What makes me stay, what makes me remain positive most of the time. All right? And you might be having a difficult time. All right? Introvert. What's up? Terrifier, what's going on, man? Ruthless Root. Appreciate you. Good to see you on. Hopefully you guys are getting warmed up in Florida down there. Alright. As you know, a couple of times I spoke with some folks from your area and they told me that it was still freezing down there. So, yeah. So, right on. I am doing well, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for asking. Right. So, oh, nice. All right, Ruth, that's good to hear. 45 degrees. Yeah, that's awesome. All right. And yes, sir, Terrifier. And we're talking about staying positive most of the time. This is not particularly easy, especially when you are not doing things that bring you joy. Things that brings you joy and happiness and brings also peace. That can cause a whole bunch of issues, right? So I discovered some things that actually work for people in the past, but then I add something else to it in order for me to get some real benefit. One, I think a lot of people know this already, but they just don't do it. People who are in shape, people who are fit, who are into fitness, typically they are just happier people. That's just part of it. That's just how it goes. Most times, I should say, or most of them are typically happier people who are into fitness. Same thing again for people who are runners like me, myself. Today is day 496 days since I've been running. Okay? So I do hybrid fitness, running plus lifting weights, push-ups, pull-ups. I have this new plan I'm following right now where they recommend at least 40 push-ups a day, I think, plus 40 pull-ups. And also, I think it's like 50 mountain climbs. I haven't done all of them yet, but I'm getting there. I'm working on it. Okay? But right now, I would consider myself a happier person since I have started out on this journey here over a year ago. I begin to feel the shift, make the shift, and actually watch myself improve improving my fitness as well. I got faster. I think it was my 3 mile run. My best is 8.04 because I'm trying to get into the sevens, but still working on that as well. And for my 5 mile run, my best is 8.15. So getting better there in my fitness. So these are some things that actually um, add some happiness to my life, makes me more positive as well. Like I said, typically people who are into fitness are just typically happier people, and we are, right? Running, when you run, you open up some chemicals in your brain. They're called endorphins. These are the chemicals that makes you more happier, right? These are happy chemicals. You get those from running. I cannot really go without running. It's therapy for me. I need to get my good, I run in the evening. I need to get that good evening therapy, right? Run, and I need to go to the gym. I need to work out. These are things that I find myself, it's very difficult for me to go without them now these days. It's just hard. Even when I'm tired, do not want to go down to the gym, I still get up and I go down there, right? I don't believe I will ever live far away from the gym anymore. I'm not doing it. Unless if I can afford to have a gym at home, sure, I'll do that. But for the most part, I don't believe I wouldn't ever live far away from a gym. Not doing it because I want to be able to get to the gym within 5 minutes or so, or less, right? So, lifting weights, push ups, pull ups, these are things that helps me tremendously, all right, over the past year. Plus running. Like I said, today's day 496 days since I've been on this fitness journey here. But there, because the reason why I'm talking about the fitness journey is because it keeps me positive, keeps me happier. All right. And as you see in my title, stay positive most of the time. And this is how I maintain my positivity. This is how I maintain my positive lifestyle, by doing the hybrid fitness. Now, there's another piece which I never really understood until more recently. It begins to start make sense to me when I combine hybrid fitness with the mind exercises. It changes the game for me. All right, that's when I start to feel true happiness for the first time in my life, because the mind exercises, it removes the negative, these negative emotions, these old programs, these old traumas and everything. The mind exercises remove those that lodges deep down into the mind through the repetition over and over and over and over, doing those reps, putting those reps, until I start to become like these prayers, affirmations, quotes, and personal development, and also gratitude, because I learned to truly give thanks for the first time in my life. I heard people talk about it, and I might even do it, but not consciously. Now I'm consciously practicing gratitude now. On a daily basis, I put in the work to making sure that I am grateful for being alive. I'm grateful for having whatever I have. I don't need to stress and cry and whine and complain too much, because life has put me in a situation where I have very little to whine and complain about. And this has to, this is uh, some luck, some chance, how the universe set things up for me. And I'm looking at everything and I'm like, oh, that was brilliant how the universe set everything up for me. So that way I could, throw me into a place where um, I just become, from doing the work, because you must do the work. You cannot sit down on your couch somewhere and expect to be positive. Maybe you can do that, but me personally, that is not how it worked for me. It by me putting in the work, I improve. I create a positive life for myself. For instance, the people at my job doesn't bother me. We have no ill. I have no ill will towards anybody at my job. I have no ill will towards the people who are in my life. I just don't. I don't get up thinking about, you know, how horrible people are, or any of that stuff. At one point, that was the case at one point. But I work pretty hard to make sure that I don't wake up feeling like that, because I do not want to feel so, you know, that's a horrible. It's like the feeling itself is just unbearable to walk around with. So my job is good, my home is good. You know, hey, how are ya? Good. How y'all doing, man? Appreciate y'all. Thanks for stopping by. Hi, hi, hi. Right. So I started out. AV, appreciate you. And good. Yeah, I'm good too. Appreciate y'all for being here. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe while you are here, and comment down below. Those comments really help out the video to get out into the YouTube universe. So, like I said over a year ago, when I really started to take this journey here, pleasure meeting you too as well. All right, and I started to, go in. I would say more. I start taking this more seriously, because I have always. Yep, exactly, right. So it's like a year, over a year ago when I started out on this journey here, like more, you know, committed. When I got really committed to this journey here, to the fitness journey, and also to the mind practices, and I start to notice some changes happening. It took a little while to, to get the train moving, but it was more like recently, after like say 400 days. But today's day 496 days. So I would say like 100 days ago, that's when things really begin to pick up and start to speed up. And I noticed more and more. Somebody gave me a compliment the other day, and this was coming from somebody who is, I would say, high up there in society. I said, "Hey, Rayan, the most positive person I know on the planet." So this person is observing me, and I kind of knew that, but to hear them say it, that was interesting. Okay, that's a plus. That's a W. I decided, you know, to listen to that for a little for a little while, to let it sink in. And I'm like, okay, that mean whatsoever I'm doing, is working. So if you are not a positive person, you need to start on that journey. Remove some of that anger. You cannot become positive while you are angry. It's impossible for you to do. At some point, the anger, because it's a strong emotion. Positive, that might be logic. You might be logical about it because you know you should stay positive. That's, logic, awareness, whatever. But anger is emotion. When logic and emotions are fighting to take the place, to take first place, emotions will almost always win. Emotions are just stronger. That's just how they are, and they are going to take over at some point, and you will be defeated. I don't care how, you know, stoic you are. If you have a whole bunch of anger going on, it is going to show up at some point, and you're gonna have to acknowledge it and deal with it. So if you work on removing the anger, naturally your happiness will comes back, your positivity will comes back naturally. You'll become more compassionate, more kind, more caring. This cold numbness, you know, this exactly, Christy, this cold numbness that a lot of us experience at a certain point because we become so numb, so cold, so hateful, so bitter, so angry because of what has happened to us in the past. What, it doesn't matter. I don't care who gives you the poison. I don't care that damn snake that bite you, that bit you, and now you have that venom in your system. It is your job to remove the venom. Don't care who give it. I don't care what happened to you in the past. Sorry for what happened to you. I get it. People are terrible and they do things that hurt you. Okay. You can go through that for a while and go through your emotions and deal with it and feel the pain and everything else. But right now, you're gonna have to remove that venom from out of your system. Anger is the worst of all these venom. I would say you cannot walk around with that much pain and expect to give out anything good. It's just not gonna happen. Nothing but bitterness is gonna come out of you, and this is why you are gonna have to remove some of the anger. So you want to add some happiness to your life, increase your happiness, become a better person. You're gonna have to do the work that I'm telling you to do here. There were some patterns that I followed. I was in a certain city, and I noticed when I moved to the next city, I shed some some of my, you know, some of my anger. I noticed that. All right. And then from that city, I came to another city and I noticed a change. Well, I should say a small town, I should say. Things change little by little, bit by bit, piece by piece. Well, like I said, over the last year, things have speed up. Like I say, things have speed up more so over the past 100 days. It becomes really good. And I have to sit back and really take a good, you know, look at what is happening in my life. Never in my wildest dreams I could ever believe that I would be this peaceful, this positive, this loving, this kind, this caring, this affectionate. And I understand how I got there. A lot of you probably in certain situations right now, and you are trying to get on the path that I'm on, or on your own path, I should say, but you need to eliminate certain things. You're gonna have to move. I think I think that's one of the best way how to get this train here on track. Later on, when you fix yourself, I know some people, oh, there's nothing wrong with me. I don't need to fix myself. That's fine if you believe that. But later on, when you fix yourself, you can go back around those people, you know. But for right now, you need to work on yourself right now. Seriously, you need to put in that work. And you need to change your life. When I got into personal development, one of the things that I heard, change your thoughts to change your life. That took me a good little while to understand what they were saying. But this has to do with changing your belief system as well. How do you think? You know, how you think is how you feel. You can't escape these things. And this is when that mind exercises comes into play. You're gonna have to get good at repetition. It is going to be your best friend. I know some people are having a difficult times, difficult time with putting in the reps because it is hard work and it's not particularly something that you are, you know, it's not something that you do on a regular basis. So it's not yet a habit. You're gonna have to build that habit in where you do these reps over and over and over and over. Because we have to go deep in there and change those and change those old programs. There are some old wounds that we're gonna have to close up, shut them up, because we leave these wounds open, and these wounds, they're just anything you throw in there, it erupts, and then we go haywire and berserk, and we don't want that. So we're gonna have to close up some of those old wounds. I understand. Things happened to you in the past, people hurt you in the past, I get it. And I know this is a big one for a lot of people. So you want me to start liking those people? You want me to forgive those people? And the forgiveness is not for those people, honestly. Those people could care less. The forgiveness is for you. All right? And this is why you're going to have to learn how to forgive. But doesn't mean you can don't try to like those people right now who hurt you. Stay away from that. Your job right now is to put in the work on yourself over a period of time. Believe me, you're not going to be this bitter. The bitterness, it will begin to remove itself from out of your life through practice. Positive affirmations is something that you're going to have to get good at practicing. All right? In the beginning, do not try to believe anything. It's too difficult to do in the beginning. Stay away from believing anything. Okay? So, over a long period of time, a long period of work, you'll notice that you are not that bitter anymore. And you will start to look at life a certain way, and you will realize that those things that happen to you, you're going to realize that it's the best damn thing ever happened. I think they said that God works in mysterious ways if you believe in that stuff. And some of these things need to happen because without those you know, pain that we suffer, we could not be who we are today. I have to learn how to be okay with those, with whatever those adversities that came into my life. And adversity is an interesting word. It says adversity. It means to add to your life, not in a way how you like it. Okay, but you're going to see when you start when you look right now, you might not be able to you might not understand the reason why the universe have all of everything set up the way how it's set up. It's not for you to understand at the moment. Later on down the road, you'll look back and you'll be thankful for everything that actually happened in your life. I could not be where I am at today if it wasn't for those painful moments when I have to sit down there with the pain. That's rough. And you have to deal with the pain, you know, right? And you sit down there with the pain because that's what it is. And you are trying to figure out how on earth am I even gonna be able to like move forward from this? It's okay. Sit with the pain for a little while, feel the pain, and understand that it's happening for a reason. You are going through a change. Nobody understands that change but you. But also, you can destroy yourself during that time for not taking the necessary actions to propel you to move you forward. You can stay where you are, wallow in your bitterness for years and years and years and years. Now, cry for a little while, but get up and one foot in front of the other. I don't care how painful it is. This is when you're gonna have to get up out of the house, get out of the bed, because that, you know, adversity requires you to sleep. Like when I was going through those days, I just want to take naps, man. I just want to lay down and take some naps. Or I used to do a lot of walking too. I couldn't sit down. I was just walking. I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on with me here. It's painful. It's tough. It's hard. All right. But these things were a blessing in disguise. Little did I understand. But looking back now, I'm looking at all of what happens led me to where I am at, where I am today. I am not a bitter person. I'm not an angry person. I am not an unhappy person. I don't think ill of other people. I don't. I don't want anybody to suffer and burn in hell and no, no, no. You are gonna have to get to that point where you have to learn how to let some things go. They're not gonna go away without you putting the effort to drove those um old trauma away. You have to chase them out of here. They need to be chased out. And this is when you're gonna have to work. So day in, day out, you're gonna put in the reps. You're gonna have to get really committed to the journey. I am right now speaking to you. I'm on this journey here, and it is day in, day out. I get up and I'm doing the work to make sure that I never go back to where I was. I know how painful where I left. Those that old life I left behind. I know how painful that old person I left behind. I'm not going back there. Best I have ever been in shape. You know, this is the fittest I've ever been. This is the happiest I've ever been. The more kind I have ever been. More joyful. This is a better version of me, and this is the version that I want people to experience. It's better for me. It's better for them. They can you know, enjoy me better, right? And this is where, and this is why I want a lot of you to experience this for yourself. I cannot do this work for you. One day you're gonna go to your bed happy and wake up happy. If somebody would have told me that 8 years ago, I probably wouldn't believe them. But it's here, and it's here to stay because I'm not going back to where I was. I'm now a happier person. You can become happy too. I'm not saying you're going to be happy, 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 but you're going to be at a point where hardly anything bothers you. I can turn on any one of these channels, and whatever nonsense they're talking about on there wouldn't bother me one bit. I just listen to it. I'm like, interesting. I love the entertainment. I don't care what entertainment you put there, I'm gonna watch them because I like to hear people talk, and especially when they are dishonest, because they're not being truthful, and people like to pick up whatever somebody else said, not verifying it and check the facts and all that stuff, and then they run with it, and that's also we have a whole bunch of low IQ people saying stuff. I like listening to them because it taught me how ignorant people are. Those people are not happy people. You want to get away from that. Create the happiness that you want to see in your life. Happiness must be created. Don't listen to these people. Those weights are heavy. Those push-ups are tough to do. Those pull-ups are hard. But you're going to have to do things, physical stuff, mental stuff, in order for you to create that happiness in your life. Okay? But that's all I have for you for tonight. Become positive person. Stay positive. All right? Ryan here with a new video. Looking forward to see you soon in a brand new video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below. And I will catch up with you all soon in a new video. Stay positive. All right, bye for now.